Hello everyone and welcome back to Family Life Builders TV, where we're rebuilding homes and transforming society. My name is Tosin Opeoluwa. I just have a quick message and I'm still on the issue of Baba Jesha. Now, I'm taking it from this angle and this video is going to be very short. Now, let's look at it from this angle. Number one, the space of informing our children about sex and sexuality. There's a difference between sex and sexuality. We really need to make a clear disparity between these two. Now, we need to let these children understand the season and time for, sex and relationship. And we really need them to understand who they are, their body, their configuration, how God created them. Let them understand this so that they have clarity and they have understanding, so that every other voice that is coming from every angle in the world today will not be able to affect them or impact them negatively. Another thing that is very crucial is for us to have a discussion, detailed discussion about sex. Don't try and say relationship between man and woman. As long as your children are able to touch their eyes, touch their nose, touch their mouth, then tell them what a vagina is, what a penis is, and tell them that when the two comes together, then that is what intercourse is. And you let them know that those spaces are very private to them. They are personal to them and nobody should touch it. And as they are growing up, we need to also make them understand the power of consent. If you don't say yes, nobody has the power or capacity to force you into it. And when the person forces you without you saying yes, then it is wrong. It's called violation. And you have the power to speak out and let help arise for you. Now, what makes children or even teenagers or adults not to be able to speak out? Primarily, remember that the perpetrators, about 73% of perpetrators are people that are closer to you. The nannies, the family friend, your boyfriend, especially for single mothers, your boyfriend, people that you can never imagine, your cousins, your uncles, people that come around every time that you cannot even suspect. These are the people. And it all starts from when you see people, a child can sit down on its own. So don't allow an elderly uncle or one brother to put your children on or your girls on their laps. No. They have the capacity to sit alone. They are not babies. So you can't ask 3-year-old to come and sit on your lap or 6-year-old to come and sit on your lap. No. Now, let me quickly say this. In Africa, many of us respect our uncles, and sometimes the way we are raised in such a way that we don't create boundaries. We don't allow the children to create physical boundaries, because even we are violating these children's boundaries. I've seen parents that their children are writing homework and you ask them to stand up and bring something for you, simply because you're the one paying their school fee. And so what? Don't violate your children's rights. Don't violate their boundaries. Because when you violate their boundaries, they won't understand that it's not right for people to violate their boundaries. The same thing is applicable to sex. So when they are used to you violating their boundaries, then they take it as, well, it's okay for other people to violate my boundaries. Yeah, my mommy respects this uncle. My mommy respects this brother. My mommy respects this nanny so much that whatever I tell my mommy is not so valuable. Let your children understand that there is boundary and they are to be respected. And they are supposed to respect other people's boundary, and other people are supposed to respect their boundaries as well. When you respect your uncles, when you respect people that are closer to you, as much as you do, respect your children in the presence of those people. A lot of parents, I don't know what we feel. I don't know what we think. but we insult our children in the presence of other people. We beat our children in the presence of other people. If you're doing that, you're not doing right. I've had this conversation that someone was saying, I think one of the celebrities was saying it is the beating that she got when she was younger that make her smart and wise. No, forget it. That's not true. Because I've met children, I've met lots of children who are well raised without being beaten once. Without being beaten once. And they were good children. They were raised properly. So don't tell me that when you insult your children in the presence of others, that makes you look like a good mother or good parent. Or when you beat your children or discipline them, so-called discipline in the presence of other people, that's what. Let me tell you something. You know what beating does to a child? It's okay. The Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. It's okay. If you want to beat your children, go ahead and do it. But let me tell you one thing that beating does to a child. It represses that thing that is supposed to manifest, that you are supposed to correct. It will repress that thing. So when it's being repressed, when they become free, when they are on their own, they start manifesting that thing. And that's why you see lots of behavior disorder in our society today. You see the defiance, you see all those behavior, you see misconduct, you see borderlines, you see all those things in our society today. Somebody repressed something that was supposed to be corrected at a time in a proper manner. Let me tell you, one of the ways to correct children in a proper manner is to tell them the consequence of what they are doing. Tell them the consequence of what they are doing. Tell them the value of what they are doing. Social learning theory. Tell them the reward in what they are doing. And tell them the consequence of what they are doing. Because whatever you are doing in life, it has a reward and it has a consequence. Now, when you weigh the reward and the consequence, you have to choose which one do you want. Which one will you appreciate in the future? Treat your children properly. If you want to beat your children, that's okay. It's okay if you want to beat them. But make sure it's not in America or UK, where you will be handed over to the police. But Nigerian parents, because this conversation is actually for Nigerian parents, treat your children properly. I'll give you a quick example before I stop this video, because I don't want it to be long. There is this woman, she's stressed and, always out there with her husband, working so that they can make ends meet and take care of their children very well. So she has a nanny that is always coming to take care of these two boys. At that time, one was age 2 and the other one was age 4 at that time. Now, this nanny will bring a stuffed doll, and then she will open the lower part of the doll and ask the children to be penetrating the stuff a doll. So that's way she started teaching them how to penetrate. And after some time, she actually started asking 2-year-old and 4-year-old to penetrate her. 2-year-old and 4-year-old. And one day, the mother was home on a Saturday. And the mother saw the boy, the little boy, the 2-year-old, penetrating that stuffed doll. And the mother beat hell out of that 2-year-old. Today, we are still doing the same. Parents are still doing the same. Instead, for you to ask, what happened to you? All you are asking is, what is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Because every behavior, every attitude, every negativity you see in those children, something has happened. And nobody is asking why. Why are you not asking why? Why did you enjoy beating the children? That has to stop. And you know what? Nobody could tell. The older boy could not tell. The younger boy could not tell. Because the nanny told them that when they tell, that they shouldn't tell because she's going to tell their mother that they did not behave well. Because why? When the mother is going out, in the presence of the nanny, she will tell the boys, the two boys, that if you misbehave and she reports you when I come back, I will beat hell out of you. And because the children don't want to be beaten again, what do? They comply. Unintentionally, ignorantly, you are putting your children in the space of victim. Because why? You feel you are a disciplinarian. I don't know if you're going to get a gold medal for being a disciplinarian. I don't know. Can we start building boundaries? Can we start allowing the children to be involved even in the way we discipline them? Can we start teaching our children how to love themselves, how to love others? Can we start teaching our children how to respect themselves and how to respect others? Can we start teaching our children the consequence for every behavior and the reward for every behavior? Can parents go and learn every behavior and attitude associated with every stage of development and prepare yourself to answer questions that will help them clarify those levels of development? Because many of us we don't go to school for parenting, which is very crucial. We go to school, we get certificates. We keep learning, we keep growing on a job because we want to advance in our career. You don't know marriage is a career on its own. You don't know parenting is a career on its own. I beg you, parents. I beg you, mothers. I beg you, mothers. Honor your children. Love them. Because the way you treat your children is the way other people will treat them. And you know what? When the perpetrator understands who you are and how much you care for your children and what you can do if they try nonsense with your children, they will shift. They will do what? They will shift. They will move forward before they do whatever they know how to do. Even if they are sick in their brain, even if they are pedophiles, because pedophiles are sick in their brain. They need help. I'm actually working on a training for them because they are sick. But they will move forward when they know who you are. Please, treat your children better. I'm tired of art is too much in the world. And that's why for several years now, I've been doing research on emotional healing. Because I understand that people are just sick. And, where I'm coming from, I was journeying for healing as well. And when I found it, I want to help others. I want to help a family out there. and we will not back out until we see things change, until we see things get better in families, in homes, in our society. Thank you so much for listening. You think this video will help someone? Please share it. You think you love this video? Give it a thumbs up, because when you do, YouTube will help us to forward it more. Thank you so much. Till I come your way again, don't mind my rants. Once I'm inspired to talk like that, I just press record. Keep becoming a better you, because things work when we work it. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.